I struggle in doing history. I think we sometimes forget how mentally exhausting homeschooling can be on the homeschool moms. I knew I was gonna struggle with this because I struggled with this in the past before. And this is what I struggle with. So I have a bag here. I switch it out every couple of weeks. Welcome back to my channel, friends. I am so excited to be sitting down and do a bit of a chit chat. How our first month back of homeschool, how it went, things that I'm not doing anymore, things that are working so well, and just catch up with you guys, all things homeschooling. But if it's your first time here, I just wanted to introduce myself.
My name is Gina, and I'm a Canadian homeschool mom of 3 kids. We currently live off-grid in the middle of nowhere in the Canadian wilderness. I love sharing all things homeschooling, our love for Christ, and off-grid adventures. I'm a strong believer that the greatest legacy we can leave our children are happy memories. So come along and join us on this amazing journey.
Okay guys, how has your couple of maybe weeks, months back to homeschool, how has it been? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. It's just been a really great year for us so far, I feel like, in general. And guys, don't mind. Do you hear that? It is raining so much. It's so beautiful though, like just hearing the sounds of like nature and whatnot. But anyways, I am in my small space, as you can tell, and it's been very cozy, you know, a little claustrophobic, but it's been great getting back into a routine. And that's definitely, I feel like, the first couple of weeks, month, maybe even 2 months, it's when you start kind of getting into a routine with your kids when the new year starts, like a new grade level, new books, new everything. So today I'm going to be going over all of my kids, like what we're doing and how it's going, and maybe any concerns. One by one, I'm going to go through each of my kids and what has been working and what maybe has not been working, or things that maybe my kids don't like, or maybe things that I don't like. And then we're gonna talk about group subjects and all those kind of things, like little things here and there. Let's start with how I'm storing my curriculum. I mentioned in my previous video where I talk about like how I'm storing everything, that I am storing things a little bit different this year, and we're using totes. So these totes that I got from Michael's, but you can get them off Amazon, you can get it, you know, there's different places you can get it from. Now, the tote that I bought, guys, honestly, I am loving these totes. They keep the curriculum so organized. I keep it, if you watch my first day back to school, I show you where I keep it in my trailer. That's because we're staying in this 300 square foot trailer this year. So it's just been an amazing way to store our curriculum. So I have one for each of my kids. I have one for like science, one for electives, and so on and so forth. So I've been really, really enjoying it. Now, Nicholas this year, he's in 5th grade, and we're doing level 5 language arts from the good and the beautiful. And guys, when I tell you that it's been going good, it's been going good. I feel like level 4, if you watch my previous videos where I talk about, like, you know, transitioning from level 3 to level 4, I talk to you very, very honestly about my concerns and how my son was progressing and how I've been liking the way my son has been progressing. And I feel like level 5, you definitely notice how much more updated it is than level 4. So you'll definitely notice that. So I feel like it's just been so smooth because the way it's presented to the child is very, very different from level 4. It's something you can't explain, but once you see it, you're like, oh yeah. So if you are doing level 4 right now and you're liking it, I think that you're going to love level 5. But if you are, you know, on level 4 right now and it's been a little bit of a bumpy road, I would say, like, try to trust the process if it's something that you can do. Like, at the end of the day, you know what's best for your child. But level 5 has been so amazing. Nicholas is reading Chico of the Andes. He's been loving it to the point where he's also like reading ahead, and that does not happen, guys. My son is not like that kind of child that would picks up a book, you know, and he loves reading. Like, I'm just being completely honest with you, because you watch a lot of like different moms saying like, my kids love reading, my kids love reading. My son does not. I mean, it's not something that he enjoys 100%, but when he likes a book, he likes it. And he said, he did mention to me, I asked him like, what do you feel about the book? So I can, you know, I'm making this video. And he said like, I love the book, mommy. This is like a really good book. So he's been enjoying it. I noticed that he's been enjoying it, and it's been great. The writing workshops there have been manageable. I feel like even much easier than the level 4 because it's more updated. It's the way it's been presented. It's very different from the level 4 because you could tell the difference in the way they present the information. So I've been really liking that. And I think once you get to that 5th grade, 4th grade and up, right? But 5th grade, it's almost like, man, you're just like really enjoying the flexibility of the child being more independent. I enjoy my one-on-one with Nicholas. Something that I thought my son would not like, but he really enjoys, is the grammar cards and the geography cards. I actually asked him, I was like, do you want to do this? Like the geography cards, the grammar cards we're going to do because I feel like that's important. But geography, like, do you want to do that? And he's like, yeah, I want to do that. And I'm like, okay, so we'll try it out. And he loves it. Guys, he's knowing his states. Like, we're memorizing where the states are. He's enjoying it so much. He's memorizing where like the provinces are. And I love the way they're incorporating geography into level 5 and grammar. And I'm really loving the cards. I'm really enjoying level 5 more than I thought I would. The only thing that my son does not really enjoy is the watercolors. He's already stated he didn't. I think he did really good in his first project with the bear, and he just did not enjoy it too much. He's very impatient when it comes to trusting the process, because in the beginning it kind of looks a little wonky, the bear, when you're doing it, and then he's like, I don't want to do this anymore, like this is looking terrible, I'm not an artist. And he enjoyed more the pastels. But I mean, it's still early on, so I told him give it a try. And I think that I like that it allows the child to be exposed to something that maybe I would have not even exposed him to, and just to kind of see if he really does like, you know, using watercolors. He says he doesn't like watercolors too much. He prefers paint. But we're doing it anyways, and he did a project this week that had to do with like the color wheel, and he enjoyed it. But he says also it's not his favorite thing from level 5, which is, you know, there's going to be things that you do not like too much and things that you do like. So all in all, level 5 has been wonderful. I've been really enjoying it. He's been really enjoying it, and big thumbs up. Now, level 5 math. We've been doing the Good and the Beautiful level 5, and I think some people have mentioned, like I've just seen online, that it was very different from level 4 because it takes longer. But honestly, for us, same thing as level 4, smooth transition. He's been doing so well. He loves math, and it's very similar to level 4 when it comes to us. Doing the level 5, he really is enjoying mental math. It's so much fun. That's one of the things he really enjoys as well. And it's just been, math has been smooth. Love the video lessons. I feel like it's been perfect for my son. The review section is much shorter now, and it has more lesson practice, which my son prefers. So it's been all in all really, really great. And when my son needs some extra practice, we do use iExcel. So that's a little bit something that I'm going to be sharing with my youngest as well, using iExcel. And I want to let you know a little bit more about iExcel. As many of you know, homeschooling is such a rewarding experience. But sometimes it's nice to mix things up and make learning fun. That's where iExcel comes in. I want to thank iExcel for partnering up with me on today's video. iExcel is an online learning platform that provides interactive practice across a wide range of subjects, from math to language arts to science and more. It's designed for kids from preschool to the 12th grade, making it a versatile resource for families with children at different learning levels. What I really appreciate about iExcel is how it adapts to each child's needs. The platform uses real-time analytics to track their progress, highlighting areas where they excel and pinpointing topics that need a little bit more of attention. For example, if one of your kids are struggling with a math concept, iExcel offers targeted lessons and lesson practice to help them improve. It's really convenient to have that level of insight and support right at your fingertips. We've been using iExcel for a few months now, and it's been a great addition to our curriculum. The kids especially love the interactive games and the reward systems. It's amazing how engaged they get while they're learning through play. If you're interested in trying iExcel, I have an exclusive offer from iExcel right now. Use the link below in the description to get 25% off your first month or your first year membership. It's been such a valuable tool for us, and I hope that it can make your homeschooling journey as rewarding as ours has been. Okay, for reading, Nicholas has been finishing up the Hidden Scrolls series, and we've also been doing Lantern Lane. He's been reading it on his own, the new books from The Good and the Beautiful. They have like a series out, super sweet. He like reads it aloud for us, and that's basically what he's doing for like his independent reading, because I know sometimes I get asked like what he's reading, and those are the ones that he has been reading right now. He's almost finished that series, and then he's gonna go to another series. He's been really enjoying typing, which is a huge surprise for me, because I was a little reluctant with using the typing from The Good and the Beautiful, just because I was thinking, okay, maybe it would be more beneficial for having a typing program. We did typing.com before, and honestly I did not see a huge improvement in his typing. He's been doing typing 1 from The Good and the Beautiful, which is in electives. They have a ton of electives there from The Good and the Beautiful, and I have a video up on my channel right over here. That's the thumbnail. And I talk about all the electives from The Good and the Beautiful, so you can check out that video if you want to. But typing has been a pleasant surprise. His typing has improved so much already. Now let's go to my middle child, which he's my 5-year-old. He's in the 1st/2nd grade. I love homeschooling because you don't have to conform to that normal kind of, my son's in 1st grade, 2nd grade, because of their age, right? If he was going into school right now, he would be going into the 1st grade. He's a young 1st grader, and I think that I could have the option to put him in senior kindergarten just because he's young for his age, right? But my son has always been kind of like my gifted child, where he just learns so fast. He finished level 1 from The Good and the Beautiful math, and he was so excited, guys. To him, that was like a huge achievement. He did so good in his end of the year assessment. He's just so happy to be going into level 2. But before we start level 2, and I order level 2 because I don't have level 2 with me, I'm gonna place an order. I'm just waiting for my niece to come, because I'm gonna be homeschooling my niece in a couple of weeks, and I wanna see where she's at as well. So if I have to place an order, I'll just place it all at once. But I have a lot of things that I can do with him while I wait for level 2, and one of them is like learning about money. We are in Canada, and The Good and the Beautiful is an American curriculum, and because their money is quite different from us Canadians, we even have different coins and whatnot. So I decided that every time I saw that he was going to be learning about money, I would just kind of cross that out, and I'm going to do that when, you know, when we finish level 1. So we did. So I just took out my our little cash register here that I've had for the longest time, since my oldest was like 4 years old. So I've had it for a very long time. He's 10 now, turning 11. And I have a bunch of like fake money here, and it's the Canadian currency. So I've been just kind of going over money with him, but I've also been using iExcel for that money portion as well. So they have a whole section on money, and it's Canadian money. Because I'm Canadian, I choose the Canadian website. So everything is under like the Ontario curriculum. So he's been doing grade 1 money, and he does that online. He does like a lesson a day. He's been loving it, guys. He loves iExcel. That boy asks, the first thing he asks in the morning, "Mommy, can I do iExcel?" Because he thinks it's a game, it's fun, and it's like multiple choice questions, and some of them he has to fill it out, and he loves using the computer. So he's been having so much fun with iExcel. iExcel has been such a blessing, because it's kind of that thing that I use when I need that extra help or need that extra practice. And there's games as well. So one of the things that he really enjoys like playing is the games on iExcel, which they have so many of them. One of them is like this ranger guy, and it's learning skip counting, multiplication. And I'm telling you, my 5-year-old is a master in multiplication, all because of iExcel. My son has been doing level 1 from The Good and the Beautiful, language arts. He's been breezing through it. It's been just so easy for him, and I feel like because it's so easy for him, it's just a very fast lesson. And I don't think it's things that he knows. Like I've never taught him certain concepts that he's learning. It's just that he's a fast learner and we're gonna breeze through it. I'm not going to rush it because I feel like he's so young. He's like 5. So I just want us to take our time with the language arts, but we're doing a lesson a day. So we do 5 lessons in a week just because we can. For Nicholas, we aim for 4 lessons a week. And what I do with my kids, I know this is kind of like off topic, but what I do with my kids usually is that we have been doing this thing where we're like, okay, let's make a goal for this month of how many lessons we want to complete. So usually for this month, which is coming up in October, it's going to be 16 lessons of math and language arts. That's our goal. If we do more, great. But if we have to reach 16. And if we reach 16, we do something fun. Whether it's we go to, we go to restaurants, or we go to an indoor playground, or we do like a field trip, whatever it might be, we do something fun. So it gets the kids motivated to actually do their work. So I recommend that you do that. Like talk to your kids about, okay, what's a reasonable amount of lessons that we can do a month? So when, you have a bad week, and like it's a bad day, you're like, well, you know what, let's do a lesson on a Sunday or something, and the kids stay motivated to actually do the lessons. That's kind of what I've been doing, and it works very, very well. So language arts, let's go back to my son, my middle child. Language arts has been awesome. He has been really loving to read as well. We've been reading a lot of like the Good and the Beautiful books because he feels like he's reading chapter books. So one series that he just finished was Sniff, and it has 3 books to it, and he really, really enjoyed it. And I have like all the books from level 1 from The Good and the Beautiful, so he's just been going through them so fast, and it's been really nice because it goes really nice along with the curriculum and concepts that he's learning. So he really also enjoys the booster cards. Like for him, that's so much fun putting that sticker. And it's just been a lot of fun, I'm always gonna say that a lot because I feel like a lot of the things that we do when it comes to curriculum, we have a lot of fun with. He also finished off this book, My Illustrated Bible for Beginning Readers. I'll link this down below. I had one of you guys comment, actually email me and said, Gina, I can't find this online, and then you did find it eventually. It got back in stock. So I'm gonna link it down below if I can find it, but I definitely recommend this if you have a child within that like grade 1 level, senior kindergarten, maybe like that age level where they're starting to read. I recommend this My Illustrated Bible for Beginning Readers. I use this for my oldest, and now I'm using it for my son, and I'll probably use it for my daughter now too. For my daughter Lily, she is in junior kindergarten, as we call it here. I have not started math with her. I have Math K. I haven't started it with her. I am struggling in doing, I'm going to tell you what my struggle is right now. And I knew I was going to struggle with this because I struggled with this in the past before. And this is what I struggle with. I struggle in incorporating all the 3 kids now that I have to juggle all of them. Like I have a couple of one-on-one things that I do with for my 5th grader. I do one-on-one with my 1st grader, and I have to incorporate her. So I'm trying to figure out what works best because I have a hard time sometimes incorporating her and doing the one-on-one with her. And she's being left behind, and I don't like that. So I'm being more intentional. Like this week I've been much more intentional, and we did 3 lessons this week, so I feel good about it. But I feel sometimes that she's being left behind in a way, and she has always activities with her and she's learning, but I haven't had that. I feel like I'm missing out on that one-on-one more with her, and I want to change that. And I'm just being completely honest with you guys because I feel like sometimes it's a struggle when you're adding one more child into the mix, and I feel like sometimes you might think, oh, it's just something so easy and so natural, but I think that it is hard sometimes. I struggled with that when I only had my son that I was doing one-on-one, and then I had my second son was ready to do school, and incorporating that was almost like a learning curve for me. So I just wanted to be very honest when it came to that because I feel like sometimes you think that, oh, just one more child, it's going to be so easy. But one more child is time that you're spending one-on-one with that child, even though it's, it's a younger grade, but still. I think we sometimes forget how mentally exhausting homeschooling can be on the homeschool mom, because even if you're teaching things that are not very hard, that you think, oh, it's just common sense, you're teaching them to read, you're teaching them numbers, it can be mentally exhausting on us as well because you're teaching so many different grade levels that we don't talk about the exhaustion that comes from us actually teaching our kids too, because you wonder sometimes, like, why am I so tired after, you know, all these lessons, even though it might only take a couple of hours of your time? It's because it's mentally exhausting as well, because sometimes you are learning with your child as well. Even if it's very simple things, you are learning, and you are, you know, you're still using a lot of your, you know, your brain power as well. So I just wanted to mention that, because I think sometimes, like, you think that it's something so easy for you to do, but homeschooling can be hard sometimes. And even getting into a routine sometimes can be hard. But once you find that routine, it's a beautiful thing. Anyways, I'm doing the preschool from the Good and the Beautiful. It's been going great. We love it. She loves all the activities. Very fun, engaging. I have a whole video up on my channel on how I do a lesson with my daughter. So if you want to check that out, you can. But one of the things that I really like doing with her is I like adding different STEM activities for her. So I'm very intentional about a lot of, like, learning through play with her. So I have a bag here. I switch it out every couple of weeks of different activities that she does. Michael sometimes does these as well. So one of the things that I have, activity that I have here that is more of a very messy activity, but she loves, is this is the kinetic sand. It's like an ice cream kinetic sand thing. It's fun. I just wanted to mention this to you guys because I know sometimes you ask, what are you doing with your daughter? And I always change things up. So this is what I'm doing with her right now. So I, like, for example, today I set up the kinetic sand for her. She made a mess here. She had so much fun. It kept her entertained while I homeschooled Michael. Sometimes I'll put IXL for her because I have IXL for all my kids. So sometimes she'll be, you know, playing a little game there that she's actually learning her numbers, sorting, matching, and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I keep her entertained when I'm doing one-on-one with my kids. This right here is a shape and learn numbers. It's like this squishy, what's it called? It's like a foam. So she sometimes will make different shapes and letters with this. So this is one of them that I have for her to do throughout the week. She doesn't do this all in one day. These are things that I take out for her. This she loves. And this right here is her stamps. So I have upper and lowercase alphabet stamps from, I got this from, where did I get this from? It's from Educational Insights. I love this brand. So I got these, and these are really great even if you have, like, older kids and you want to, like, do spelling and make spelling fun. Use stamps to do, like, spelling and stuff like that. So I have a little stamp thing here for her, and she'll just put it in her notebook. So she really enjoys that. And she's learning letters A to E right now. Like, she's mastering them, and she's doing so good with her letter sounds, guys. She surprises me at how much she can retain and how much she knows. She just turned 4, and she's doing so good. This is a fun one that she really enjoys, and these are the little books from the Good and the Beautiful. Like, they're the matching, it's from their, like, old curriculum. Do I have them all here? Let me see if I'm missing one. Okay, this one right here, this is the letters A to F, and this is the one that she's primarily doing. So she has to match the letters in here. She has to match the upper and lowercase, and then the actual picture to the letter. She loves doing this, so I have all of them over here. So I have this here for her, and I'll change up the activities for her. Both my kids like this, and they like doing this in the trampoline right now when it's not raining. And it's like this little roll and play your child's first game, and it's a game where they roll the dice, and if it lands on a color, you take out the color that it lands on, and you have to do the action or the activity that it tells you to do. It's really, really fun, and the kids love it. So I take this out from time to time, and then I put it away, and then I take it out again. And my daughter has been really enjoying that. So that's one of the activities that she has here. More kinetic sand. I have, like, this whole kit of kinetic sand, and I've had these kinetic sand kits for a long time. I think I've had these kinetic sand kits for, like, I think I want to say 7 years now. Okay, another thing that I have here is this Joy Cat. It's like going fishing, like a fishing game for uppercase and lowercase letters. So they have different fishes with uppercase and lowercase letters, and my daughter has to match it and put it in here. So it's a fun way that she's learning through play. She's going fishing. See the little rods here, and then she just has to match the letters, and she knows a lot of her letters and a lot of her letter sounds because of these simple little games that she plays with. And that's all I have for her when it comes to her STEM activities that I have for her, and I thought that I would mention that. Okay, now for Read Aloud, what we've been doing as a Read Aloud as a family, it's been the Wild Robot. The kids have been loving it. We're almost finished it, and the Wild Robot is coming out end of September. So the kids are super excited. They've been watching all like the trailers on TV, and it's just been so fun to see them so excited about the book because it's fun. It's a fun book to read. The chapters are super short, which is nice. Like we read like 10 to 15 chapters a day, and the kids don't want to stop. They just want to keep on going. We're almost finished it, and we're hoping to go to see the Wild Robot as like a fun thing for us to do. But we've been doing a lot of fun things this year. We went to the fall fair. We've been to the fall carnival. Here they have a carnival with like rides and stuff like that, which was really fun for the kids. We have been doing a bunch of stuff. We have homeschool families that live on our street, so the kids have been playing a lot with the kids on our streets. We have a field trip group that we are participating in. I'm not going to do swimming lessons for the kids this fall because I usually do like extracurricular activities with them. Not going to do it this fall just because my niece, she's visiting us, and we're going to do a lot of fun things with her, and I think that we're going to do it in the spring. Winter's coming. It's just kind of getting dressed, like being wet and going outside in like minus 40-degree weather. It's not fun. So I think that we're going to take a little break from any extracurricular activities. Soccer was so much fun in the summer. But I think that we're just going to really focus on our routine right now and just like kind of hanging out with different friends that we've been making. So it's been really, really awesome. For science, we've been doing our geology unit, which has been a lot of fun. We have been doing our Universal Yums subscription box, which has been so much fun. History has been non-existent here in our homeschool. I haven't started it yet. I don't know, it's something I struggle. I struggle in doing history. And I wanted to back up the Good and the Beautiful history lessons, which I will, but it's non-existent right now. I have it in my planner. I always put it in my planner here. Look at what we have to do for history. Where's my planner? I had it here. I'm always adding on my planner, take a look at what we have to do for history, and it's non-existent right now. That's one of the things I struggle with the most is history. But I'm also like kind of like a slow pace because I'm waiting for the Good and the Beautiful to come out with their new history. But we'll see what happens there because after we're finished history, I really don't know what we're gonna do, but we are on unit 3 of the Good and the Beautiful's history. I think they have 4 or 5 units, but anyways, it hasn't been great history, so we'll see how that goes and if I can pick that up. French has been so much fun. We finally started back in our French. We took a little break just because of things going on in the summer, but the kids are like a sponge. They remember so much. We've been doing a review and then we started our lessons again, so we're really excited. Homeschool Languages actually has French 2 out, and they have a bunch of different other languages as well. I have a whole video on homeschool languages on my channel, but we love homeschool languages. It's the one that has worked the best for us, and it's been so much fun, and we're picking it back up. The kids are learning French. I feel like how lucky I am to have a curriculum that I don't know the language, but I can teach it and I can learn it, and we're all learning as a family. So it's been really, really fun. We've been doing our Bible curriculum, which is the biggest story curriculum. Yeah, the biggest story curriculum Bible. It's a Bible curriculum, and I'm gonna have a whole video up on this on my channel, but we've been doing that about 3 times a week, and I have a lot to talk about that curriculum, but I do miss our devotional time. Devotional and this Bible curriculum is a little bit different because you're learning about the Bible, right? But a devotional is a little bit different. It's more like, I don't know, it's different in a way than this Bible curriculum. So I've done all the devotionals out there. Like I've bought and I've used all the devotionals out there. So I've created a devotional for my kids. It's not out yet. I'm going to have it out soon. This devotional is going to be like kind of going around the world and learning about different animals, adding a devotional so that you can, come closer to God, but also learn about science and geography in the process. So I thought that was going to be kind of fun, and it's going to have an audio portion to it. So if you don't want to read the actual devotional, you can just listen to it, and it'll have like sound effects and all that kind of stuff. So I'm working on that right now, and it should be out in October. So I'm super excited about that. But also another thing that we've been really enjoying that I almost forgot to talk about is Mel Science. I have a coupon code down below for Mel Science, but it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, so we've been really enjoying it. Another thing that I wanted to give you guys an update on is my, planning and journaling and that kind of stuff, guys. And I've been just having so much fun with journaling. I'm just like working on my October spread right now, and I've been really, really enjoying it. I have a bullet journal planner for my personal, and then I have one for my homeschool. I've been really enjoying like having my different washi tapes and just making it very, very beautiful. The spreads and just being organized, and I don't know, it's just been really good for my mental health. So I always share this like on my little update videos on how it's going. I have like my weekly highlights of things that we really enjoyed throughout the week, and I have like pictures in there. It's just been a lot of fun, guys. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's been really great for me to stay organized, and it's been helping with our routine and our habits and all that kind of stuff. Another thing that I have actually just kind of like replaced just because it has not been working for us, and I mentioned this in my other video that I was going to try it out again, that Melissa and Doug calendar with the little pieces. I retired that. Unfortunately, there were some pieces missing, but also it's just a lot of mess. My daughter loves it, so I ended up getting her a similar calendar that we had like before, and she does calendar time this way, and every day we do a calendar, like I do calendar time with her. We do the days of the week. My youngest, my middle child, he loves his little morning notebook that I created for them. My oldest doesn't really care for it, so he stopped doing it. He didn't really like the morning notebook. But my youngest, my middle child, Michael, he does his morning notebook every single day, and he loves it. I don't really enjoy it that much. I don't like the dry erase portion of it. I just feel like it's very, very messy, but he really enjoys it. It's a nice way to do calendar time. I got this from For the Love of Homeschooling in a bundle, so he's been doing it every day. My oldest, no, he does not like it, so he's like, we're like, you don't have to do it, it's fine. But for my two youngest, I like doing calendar time with them. I've always done that, just for them to learn the days of the week, months of the year, and we just like do little songs here and there, and we talk about time, the weather, the seasons, and all that kind of stuff. So I think one of the things that I really like, I love about this year is that the amount of time that my kids spend outside. All these weeks that we've been back to homeschool, my kids do not touch electronics except for IXL or if it's typing. But when it comes to like actually watching stuff, like TV has been non-existent in our lives. I feel like being out here in the woods definitely helps, and I'm just so happy with how much we have to do. Like, we're so busy that we don't have time for electronics. And I've always dreamed of that, and even my husband and I, we were talking about that, like how amazing that is. So when we're in our routine, our homeschool routine, we're here on our land, like electronics is non-existent, and we really don't need it because the kids are always outside building forts, having fun, playing on the trampoline, and just exploring. It's just been so amazing being in the wilderness, you know? So I'm so thankful for that. So guys, that is an update on how our homeschool is going. I hope that, you know, your homeschool is going well. Just know that you're not alone. There's going to be moments where it's kind of hard, but trust the process. It does get easier, I feel, as the years go on, because you learn how to let go of things. You find curriculum that really works for you. And I feel like we're in that spot right now where we're finding curriculum that really works for us. If you stayed up until the end, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below how your homeschool is going. Let me know if there's any highlights, things that you've been absolutely loving, and maybe things that are not working out this year. I would love to hear from you guys. Make sure to check out IXL if you haven't already. I'm going to have a link that will allow you to get 25% your first month or your year. So you could definitely take advantage of that, because IXL has been such an amazing part of our homeschool. I love sharing resources that really work for us. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.